I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter if you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you like me, like my YouTube videos, whether you give a thumbs up or thumbs down. To y'all that give thumbs down, keep it up because it motivates me to keep on, because I know I must be saying something that either somebody that's racist or a black that don't want to see other blacks' eyes and minds and hearts open to what reality is, the racism and the injustice that goes on in the United States. But it doesn't even matter whether you my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't even matter whether you light-skinned or dark-skinned. I greet all of you all with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. The night happened to be Wednesday, February the 12th, 2020. The time being about 6:49 p.m. As I told you all before, me and I teach my daughters the same thing, that Black history, this month, people around the nation, they see February as being the month of Black history. Once upon a time, it was Black History Week. Then they moved it up to Black History Month. But for me and my children's, in my household, Black history is taught 365 days a year and 366 days every leap year. So happened, February of 2020 is the leap year, which is 29 days instead of 28 days in February. February is a month that is history for me and my family. Also, it's history for those who have been suffering discrimination in the United States. On this day, February the 12th, 1909, the NAACP, that's the real NAACP. You see, some people have these organizations that they call the NAACP, but this is the real National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And one of the founders of it was W.E.B. Du Bois. So happened to be on my Black History shirt, along with Harriet Tubman, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, and many others. But I want you to remember, look up what the NAACP stood for. You see, I've been down here, this year would be 24 years. You see, before I came down, there was a generation that has passed away that lived upon what the NAACP stood for. Here in Charleston, Missouri, I would guarantee you the NAACP present and past presidents for the last 25 years, they haven't stood on what it was founded for in February the 12th, 1909. Also in this month, on February the 4th, my great niece just turned 16. Tequila, one of my brothers, may he rest in peace, daughters. On February the 6th, my second oldest sister was born. God bless her to see many more. On February the 8th, my younger brother was born. May he rest in peace. On February the 18th, 1892, my grandfather was born, who was a sharecropper who grew cotton, come from Arkansas to Charleston, Missouri. And on February the 23rd, may he rest in peace. On February the 23rd, 1907, my mother's mother was born. She came from Arkansas to Bell City, then to Sykeston, Missouri. May she rest in peace. Happy Black History to all people around the world, because the NAACP was formed with different nationalities other than black, but they stood for the advancement, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, but they stood for all people. And if you look at the history of it, Google up the history of it. You know, I know I'm going to get thumbs down, but keep getting them thumbs down, y'all, whoever you is, you know, because you motivate me to just keep on going. I know you don't like this here mouth, because I'm not a passive black. I'm not a slave. Slavery ended. You see what I'm saying? In 1863, supposedly by Abraham Lincoln. The NAACP was formed 100 years after Abraham Lincoln was born. But I'm going to leave y'all with this here. One thing about Raymond Lewis Ivy, I'm not a racist. I'm not a radical. I'm not a revolutionary. I'm a revolutionary to the fact of change for the betterment of all people. You see, in Charleston, Missouri, there's no leaders. There's no leaders, I repeat it. There's no organization. There's no groups that's trying to help all people. You got groups that's helping certain people. All you got to do is look around. Look around in the black neighborhood. Take a tour to the west side of Charleston, Missouri. You see, when people tell you to take a tour in Charleston, Missouri, they take you on one side of town. They ain't gonna bring you over here. The politicians don't even come over here. They meet with the passive blacks. Malcolm called them house Negroes. Some call them sellout blacks. But that's who they meet with. And whatever they say is right, that's right. But happy Black History Month, week, or year to all of y'all. Rest in peace, all those who fought for justice for all, no matter what your nationality is. Keep on fighting those that y'all that's alive, no matter what your nationality is. If you're a part of a group called the NAACP or any other group, and your leader is not doing what he's supposed, or he or she's supposed to be doing, and you following behind them, you just like them. You just like them. No good for the people that's trying to progress. Peace. Be still.